And here I am at the end of day 5 of the refeed after my 5-day water fast. Right, day 5, I think I'm back to normal in terms of my eating and yeah, all my routines. So this morning when I got up, I had my morning ritual, but my full almost morning ritual with the hot water with half a lemon juice and my B12 spray and my D3+K drops. And that was the morning start. And then for lunch, I made a bit of a different variation of my protein kind of pudding, so to speak. So I kind of used kind of a bit different recipe this time. I've put some more nuts and seeds into it. So I only used about 15 grams of the protein, the pea protein powder, but I had about a tablespoon of sunflower seeds, a tablespoon of kind of crushed walnuts, a couple of tablespoons of chia seeds, and a few other things. Raspberries I actually also added to that. The creatine that I usually take, the cinnamon. So I had a bit of a different mix, and I actually added about 50 or 60 milliliters of pomegranate juice, which made it really nice and tasty, slightly kind of tangy, sourly taste, but was really good. So that kind of good lunch. And then in the afternoon, about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I was to the shops earlier, so I got some seaweed salad, which was really nice. I haven't had that for a while. So I chopped a little bit of chili, finely chopped chili, and put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and I had that about 2 o'clock, 2:30. That gave me enough energy for a bit later on to do my weights. So I did some weights today. Predominantly kettlebell weights, mainly squats, deadlifts, Bulgarian deadlift, just working really all my legs and glutes and hamstrings and quads, and a little bit of arms, but not that much, because tomorrow is my regular Pilates Monday, and usually we do quite a bit of arms on Monday, and we're definitely going to be doing planks and other exercises that, yeah, I want my arms rested for that. So that was about 20 minutes or so. I did some weights. And dinner time, yes, I decided to have the pizza, especially because my partner Paul has made homemade sourdough base. He started back into the sourdough making a couple of months ago, which is really nice. I'm not the big fan of bread at all, but when he makes homemade sourdough pizza base or bread, I do have some. So yes, I ended up having the pizza. So I had about half of margherita, which is the sourdough base with the homemade tomato paste. I made that a few days ago, and some buffalo mozzarella. Oh, I did put a few sun-dried olives as well on top. So that was the pizza, and Paul was having some of our favorite red wine. So I thought I'll have a little bit as well. And I did have about probably half a glass, but it wasn't going down so well. I was really surprised, because I really enjoy my red wine with pizza and some other dishes. That really goes very well. But not tonight. I didn't really feel like drinking, so I actually didn't finish my glass. That was a bit of a surprise. So maybe that is not a bad thing. It's going to be less wine drinking, which is a healthy thing. So I was adding up the calories, and I was a bit short of the 1700 I was after, and particularly I was a bit short on protein as well. And I wonder it's because I had a bit of less of the pea protein for lunch. So I ended up with a bit of a dessert, which was the 15 grams of pea protein and some of the nut milk I use, and a quarter of a mango, and I love mangoes. And I added to that 2 blocks or 15 grams of dark chocolate. And when I say dark, really dark, 90% cocoa. So it's really, really lovely dark chocolate. So all that added to 1700 calories, actually, to be precise, 1701, which was the target for today. So I am almost back to normal in terms of eating, in terms of calories, in terms of ratios of my macros, protein, carbs, fats, which is really great. By the end of day 5, the target was to return to normal eating. So that is perfect. I managed that. Tomorrow morning when I get up, I will weigh myself and measure myself to see how much I've been able to gain back from the weight I lost during the fast. I'm assuming I'll be probably at least 2 kilos up. At least 2 kilos up, because I think the first 2 kilos that I lost on the fast were mainly water and in just emptying my gut, really, that my stomach, my gut were all empty. So I'm assuming tomorrow those 2 kilos will be back. But anyway, I'll do that tomorrow and I'll post a summary and recap of the whole fast and the refeeding in a day or so.